Hotep World, this your brother Matthew Daniels and Pooh, the chosen few, aka the real bookworm. Not a bookworm, I'm the real bookworm. Make sure you get it right. And as always, may your name live on forever and may your memory never die. Hotep, take care of yourself, right? Take care of you. That's what I want to tell you guys today. That's the message that I have for you guys today in this week. Take care of you. I once took a trip to Las Vegas, right? Now, this isn't going to be a story about my trip to Las Vegas, although I did have a good time. If you could take a vacation, if you could take a trip, take one. Sidebar. But when I got on the plane, anybody that's been on a plane, you're going to be familiar with what I'm talking about here. All right. So I got on the plane, I sit down, and the employee that was working on the plane, I don't know the proper term that we call them. People are so sensitive nowadays. The stewardess, the plane employee. Okay, the plane employee was talking about the security measures and talking about, when you see the fasten seatbelt sign, fasten your seatbelt. They may go through turbulence. If you go through turbulence, you need to do this. And the bathrooms are here and the bathrooms are there. Where they're going to be serving this type of food. They'll come through and do this and do that. Yada, 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 yada. And they were basically explaining the plane protocol for individuals that had never been on a plane before. And so one thing that they said that if something were to happen, let's say the plane was about to go down, they wanted you to be aware of what you needed to do in case the plane went down. And so they talked about how in the ceiling, right, how up above you, that like oxygen mask would fall from the ceiling in case the plane went down, because I guess how the pressure is, losing the pressure. I'm not even gonna go into all the science about it, but it'd be hard to breathe. And there wasn't a plane crash, but obviously it'll be hard to breathe. So the oxygen mask would come down in the event that the plane was about to crash, right? And so they said if you had small children on the flight with you, right, or maybe elderly people that needed your care, right? They said when the oxygen mask came down that you needed to put the oxygen mask on yourself first before you put it on your child, right? You needed to put the oxygen mask on yourself first before you put the oxygen mask on your child. Now, somebody would think like, wait a minute, but I want my baby to be okay. I want my child to be okay. I want my little one to be okay. So I would want to put the oxygen mask on them first to make sure that they survive. But how they explained it, they said you can't help your child if you go unconscious. And if you don't have enough oxygen flowing to your brain and flowing through your blood system, and you go unconscious, you cannot help your child. So the first thing you need to do is put the oxygen mask on yourself, right? To make sure that you stay conscious long enough to not only put the oxygen mask on your child, but to do any subsequent acts needed and necessary to secure the safety of the child, right? And I thought about that. That's a profound statement. Put the oxygen mask on yourself first before you put the oxygen mask on your child. Take care of you, right? You have to get yourself into a secure financial situation before you can loan money to your friends. Whoa. You have to make sure that you are emotionally stable, right? Before you can tend to the emotional needs of your significant other, your husband or your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend, right? You have to take care of you before you can try to take care of anyone else. Because if you're trying to take care of the whole world, your friends, your family, your children, right? Co-workers at your job, if you are trying so hard to take care of them and you do nothing to take care of yourself and they are dependent on you, then when you sink, right? When you go unconscious, right? Everybody else fails and falls by default. So you have to take care of yourself first. I see a lot of people talking about vacations, right? That's the thing now. And I like it. I mean, people always went on vacations with their significant others, but now they have a term for it, vacation, right? I like the vacation. Me and my wife need to go on a vacation, right? But you got vacations and you got vacations, but you also need a eucation. And I'm not saying that you have to leave your family at home and, go off to Las Vegas, go off to Colorado, go overseas, and relax without your family. That's not what I'm saying. But you may just need to take some time apart and focus on yourself. Get to a quiet place, get to a silent place and focus on yourself and get yourself back right mentally. Sometimes we're giving people, you're a giving person, right? You want to help everyone. If you see a family member that's struggling to pay their bills, you want to help them pay their bills, okay? And you may want to help them pay their light bill. But if your light bill isn't already paid and you're trying to help your family member pay their bills and they need your assistance and you help them pay your bills, then your lights get cut off and you get behind on your bills, right? And then you can't get your lights cut back on and then their lights get cut off. And since you are in the hole and you can no longer help them, then their lights are going to stay off and both of y'all are going to be living in the dark. At least if you make sure that your lights are secure, and if they can't make sure that their lights are secure, but their lights get cut off, maybe they can, put their food over at your house, or maybe they can come move in with you if they get put out, if they can't pay rent or something like that. But everybody can fall if you are the foundation, if you are the rock, if you are the cornerstone, if you are the person that everybody leans on. What I'm telling you is you have to take some time off to take care of yourself, right? In a relationship, they say relationships are supposed to be 50-50. I don't disagree with that. But in my mind, a relationship is supposed to be 100-100. You're supposed to bring your all to the relationship, and the other individual is supposed to bring their all into the relationship, because y'all are merging y'all two lives together and y'all are going to be walking as one. But a lot of times, in the majority of relationships, you just have to be real. Someone is more emotionally stable than the other one. And it may be because of past trauma. It may be because of childhood trauma. It may be because of past relationship trauma that someone isn't as emotionally stable as the other one. So someone has to carry the brunt of the emotional load. When the fight starts, somebody has to apologize first, right? When y'all bump heads, somebody has to make that step to make it right. Right? But sometimes, think about it. Sometimes you cooking, you cleaning, you holding your significant other, you rubbing their head, you rubbing their back, you massaging them. Sometimes you need to be held. Sometimes you need to be rubbed. Sometimes you need to be caressed. Sometimes you need a shoulder to cry on. Sometimes you need a shoulder to lean on. You have to take care of yourself. You have to make sure that you're emotionally stable, right? Before you can provide for the emotional needs of somebody else. Because if somebody is depending upon your emotional support and you aren't emotionally stable, then everything is going to crumble and fall. Even at your job, I know you want to be there for individuals at the job and you want to help individuals at your job, but you have a job to do yourself. Don't let your job slack because you're trying to do someone else's job so much, because when you get caught up for not doing your job and you're the one that's supporting and helping the other individual at the job, they won't be able to come and help you. That's what you got to understand. If you're on the plane and the plane is going down and you're so focused on putting the oxygen mask on the child, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, and then you go unconscious, that child that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, they will not be able to do, well, they might, but theoretically they won't be able to assist you how you will be able to assist them. So you have to put the oxygen mask on yourself first, because if the plane goes down and you don't have the oxygen mask on yourself, guess what? You out of there, your child out of there, the elderly is out of there, whoever is dependent upon you are out of there, right? They're out of there. You have to take care of you. Go on your vacations, but take a meatcation. Sometimes you got to take a meatcation, right? And sometimes maybe you do need to just get away. And if you're the individual that's in a relationship with somebody who needs to get away, don't make them feel bad because they need to get away and they say, man, you know what? I'm being bogged down. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Everybody's depending on me. Everybody's leaning on me. I'm strong. My shoulders are broad, right? My shoulders are broad. My back is broad. My back is strong, and I'm holding it up. But I need to just find some quiet space for a couple of hours, man. And I just need to reconfigure my brain. I need to put that oxygen mask on. Before I go unconscious, because if I go unconscious, we all go unconscious. You need to accept that, and you need to say, you know what, baby? I understand. do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. So as I wrap up this video, before the plane goes down, you put the oxygen mask on yourself before you put the oxygen mask on the person that's dependent upon you. Because if you go unconscious, everybody is out of there. Take care of you. Take you a medication, man. Take care of you. That's my message for this week. Take care of you. Take that, run with it. And who's ever is dependent upon you, you know, tell them. Tell them, look, if I go unconscious, we all fall. We all fail. We all die. You know, let me get myself together. Take some time to get yourself together. It's okay. You don't have to be Superman. You know, that's just the movies. That's Marvel. That's Marvel. That's DC. That ain't real life. Everybody human. You know, everybody human. So follow me on social media, Matthew Daniels. Go to my fan page, everything Matthew Daniels. Go to my YouTube channel, The Chosen Few. Few spelled P-H-E-W. The Chosen Few, all spelled as one word, okay? Go to Amazon, buy my book, Suicide Note by Matthew Daniels. Go to Walmart.com, buy my book. Go to halfpricebooks.com, buy my book. Or reach out to me directly, order your book. I can sign it and I can ship it out to you anywhere in the world. Take care of yourself. Matthew Daniels, The Chosen Few, Ampu, the real bookworm. I'm not a bookworm. Remember that. I'm not a bookworm. I'm the real bookworm. May your name live on forever, and may your memory never die. Hotep world.